Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, October 14, 2025, and our regular Commissioners Court meeting is now in session. First item on the agenda is roll call by our County Clerk, Mary Jane Guerrero. Good morning, Mary Jane.
Good morning, Commissioner. Judge Rathma, Commissioner Moya,
Present.
Commissioner Morales,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
Commissioner Garza.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Mary Jane. Next item is our invocation by Dr. Roger Miller, Commissioners Court Chaplain, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Miller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You bow your heads with us this morning as we begin our time together. Our Father, Creator of all, we assemble this morning to invite your presence to be among us. But help us realize that you are always with us, and the difficulty lies in our struggle to recognize you. So, this morning, Father, may our attitudes, our perceptions, and our actions align in obedience to your will as we choose to look to you. May each member of this court, as they make decisions which affect the lives and the livelihoods of the people of this community, rely entirely upon you. May they ask for and receive clarity when matters seem blurry, patience and tolerance when quick decisions are easier, and wisdom when conflicting opinions present themselves. And may they respond to your guidance as they evaluate each matter presented to this court, and may they be assured of your help in the time at hand. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is communication. Commissioners, anything going on this past couple of weeks?
Had the fun run yesterday at the high school for the kids. It was a great event. Kids ran their heart out there. So just congratulations to all the winners and to everybody who participated in that event.
Also, we had Congressman Henry Cuellar come by last week. He met with elected officials, some of the ranchers, the local ranchers, to discuss update on the schoolworm that is now currently in Mexico, approaching the U.S. Also on the impact the government shutdown has hit Zapata. Speaking of government shutdown, I want to thank Z-Wings. I saw on their social media they are offering free meals for Border Patrols and Customs beginning October 15th to November 1st. This is Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So thank you so much, Z-Wings.
Thank you.
Please spread the word to your friends, family that are in the CBP government and Border Patrol agents as well. They do have free meals on the house from Z-Wings, so thank you very much, Z-Wings. Anything else, Commissioners? You guys attended a conference?
We attended a conference this past weekend in Galveston. It was really educational. So hopefully we can apply what we learned out there to Zapata County.
And the conferences are good as well because you network with surrounding counties, so you get a lot of ideas. So it's very good that you guys
Very
are out
good.
there.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to a public comment. This section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any items in the agenda. Members of the public wishing to participate must complete a public participation form specifying which agenda item they wish to comment on. Any members of the public? If not, we'll move on. Commissioners, to approval of invoices in your packets. Commissioners, we do have invoices from September 19 going through October 9, 2025 in the amount of $824,436 with 22 cents.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Up next, we have approval of treasury report. This is by our county treasurer, Romeo Salinas. In this place, we'll have Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
So these numbers are gonna be end of year numbers for last budget year. So all numbers will be the final ones. Starting with page 1, where we're talking about the non-registry and fiduciary investment pools.
Bless you.
Bless you.
This is- We have $7,937,035 and 60 cents. That's our CD total with interest that last month of $24,896.34 with the year-to-date interest of $473,958.90. Going on to page number 2, we have the demand accounts, which we started off beginning balance for that month of $2,248,830.11 with revenues and deposits of $4,277,327.24 with expenses of $5,190,306.69 with an ending balance of $1,335,850.66. Most of that just expenses from the general fund, where that comes from. On the registry fiduciary event accounts, we have a beginning balance of, for that month, of $1,282,980.93 with revenue deposits of $472,267.56 with expenses of $384,005.87 with an ending balance of $1,371,242.62. On the electricity and water bills, we ended up with a total of spending for last year $778,274.82, which I don't have a budget book with me, so I don't know what,
How much we budgeted?
how much it was budgeted. And the water also $79,050.52. On the royalties, on our royalty account, for last year, we ended up with $53,043.01, which was 106%. So we ended up getting a little bit more than what we had budgeted. On the rents and for the San Ignacio Civic Center, $3,136. Pavilion, $12,080, and these are our totals for the year. $21,610 for the community center. Swimming pool, $4,202.20, and the San Ignacio pool, $4,914. Which is pretty good for San Ignacio pool.
Yes.
On the for the clerks and the district clerks, the arm ordinance and the sales tax for the, I'll tell you totals for the month and then for the year. For county clerks, $7,802.50 for the month of September. Total $62,314.85, which was a little bit more than what was budgeted, like 3.86% more, which was nice. County clerk fund 15. $25 for the month of September, $2,303, which that one fell below what we were expecting by quite a bit, but the amounts are smaller amounts of money. Same thing with the district clerk fund 10 for the month was $2,785. Fiscal year, $67,672.98, which also came in around 56%. Fund 15 for district clerk, no money's coming in for September. Total year, $5,535.76, also below expectations, which they don't have control of that, it's just whatever people come in and have to make copies of or do. The arm ordinance also, this one kinda hurt. We had budgeted around $800,000 and we ended up getting $347,000 total for the year, which was 43%. So, but in the sales tax, we ended up for September $396,093.24, which, if you look compared to October, every month we ended up getting more and more money, which these last 3 months, we're over 300,000, putting us at $3,418,896.42, which was 142% more. So that really, we had budgeted 2.4 million, so we ended up being $1 million more.
That makes up for the rest.
Which if you balance it off with our ordinance, that's, we make up, you know, that money and double it.
Right.
On the monthly revenues for landfills and jail, EMS also, came in kind of what we brought in. On the landfill, we came up with, for the month of September, $18,065. With a total of $217,961, which was at 72%. Nothing's missing or anything, it's just that's the way we budgeted 300,000 and it came out to 217. Jail, for the month of September, $168,192.98, with a total of $169,373.14, which came in at 83%. We had budgeted 2.6, and we ended up getting closer to 2.2. On the phones, the jail phone, we ended up getting total of $66,360.61, which was 32% more than what we had budgeted. Bonds fee, $4,741 for the year. Jail office fee, we budgeted $4,200, and we ended up bringing in for the year $12,581. Small amounts, but still better. Almost 300% collected. Now the EMS, the last month they came in with $93,048.96, with a total of $1,442,264.50, which we budgeted 900,000. So we ended up getting 160% on that one. So with that one coupled with the other one, we brought in like $1.5 million more than expected on those two items. And then finally, I come down to the JPs. The JPs for the year, I'll just give you the totals for the year. JP1, $118,142.92. JP2, $119,037.04. JP3, $23,882.26. And JP4, $35,326.71.
Motion to approve, treasury report is presented.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 8 is checks issued. Also in your packets, Commissioners, we do have checks from September 19, 2025 to October 9, 2025 in the amount of $824,436.22.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza. Second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Agenda item number 9, we have tax assessor collector departmental report presented by Ms. Delia Mendoza. Delia, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Okay, for the month of September, our collections,
You have the report, Ms. Mendoza?
I'm sorry. One of the things that who's coming now?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, for the month of September, our general fund collection was $81,827.17. That included $398.96 of refunds. Interest and sinking, we collected $28,225.73. Farm to market, we had $24.47. Special road and bridge, $8,886.75, with refunds of $48.55. Attorney fees, we paid $17,829.32, and our total collections for taxes was $136,793.44. Fees and other collections, we had tax certificates, $24, motel hotel tax, $6,974.06. Copies and faxes, $242.50. Voter registration, $45. Interest earnings, $17.67. Net collections for fees and other collections was $7,303.23 for a grand total of $144,096.67. Check was issued to the treasurer for $126,267.36. Our hotel motel tax, hotel motel tax collection from October the 1st of 2024 to September 30th, 2025 was $92,718.58. I believe that was just a little shy of the 100,000 that we had projected. And our collection rate for 2023 was 89.83% compared to last year was $89, $89.09%. So we were a little higher than last year. Any questions?
This year was 89.83?
Yeah.
Yes, 89.83.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mendoza.
Moving on to reports and presentations. Agenda item number 10, we have presentation on the Coastal Bend Women's and Men's Health Service Mobile Unit, requested by Carolina Pais, Medical Assistant. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I bought some like little clinic flyers that have our QR code to our website.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning again, and thank you for having me. My name is Carolina. I work with Women's and Men's Health Services. I'm a medical assistant that works as a clinic supervisor, but also as the mobile unit site coordinator. So we've been rolling out our mobile unit across 9 counties in the Coastal Bend area for a year now. We saw over 3,000 patients in that year. We helped a lot of people keep their healthcare costs down because we do provide free healthcare with our mobile unit. That's including their visit, their medication, and their labs. So we went across various regions. We visit Hebronville, which is a little bit down from here, but we visit them once a month, and we've gone since we rolled out the unit back last year in May. We go out, we help everyone as much as we can. We provide vaccines, preventative healthcare, primary healthcare, and the goal is to keep the ER visits down. We hope to enhance any service that the counties may already have or towns may already have and try to fill those gaps, because a lot of the times is people will go without their healthcare, and we all know that blood pressure is the #1 silent killer amongst a lot of people. So coming in with us, if we are treating their high blood pressure or their diabetes, we're providing them monitors as well. We're providing them with over 3 months of medication in case we don't come back in that time frame. So we met with Judge Rampthel last week, and we let him know the process that we want to come in and be able to enhance the service already out here, but we want to bring out our mobile unit to help care for those that are in the community. So I just wanted to present that. Our unit is pretty small. It's like a transit van, but it does have a restroom. We're able to do our labs. We carry everything on site. There's not really, I've been working with the company for almost 10 years now, and I can count on one hand when a person doesn't qualify for our services. We've helped a lot of women with breast cancer as well. It's a story that I tell everybody because they came in just for screenings, and mom and daughter were both diagnosed. It was an early case, and they were able to go through just chemo removal, and they're both thriving right now. But they always say, if the care didn't come to me, what would have been? And they are from a rural community like Freer, so my goal is to really help those rural communities get the access that they need and the quality behind it, because sometimes when you hear free, you don't always think that you're gonna get something quality behind it. So we're trying to change that barrier.
What would be the days that y'all would be coming? Is it like once a week or twice?
So we're trying once a month, right? I believe we wanna come out on the November 5th, which is a Wednesday, next month. We did talk to Pat, the county indigent.
She's here in the.
Yay, Pat! So we got to talk to her, so we already like coordinated with her about the clinic, the county's clinic location. We'll bring our doctor, she's our medical director, but she's also on site, her name's Dr. Bettis. We bring everyone that's bilingual here. So that's our goal right now, is just to come on November.
And what about the hours of operation for that Wednesday?
So we're looking at 10 to 3, 10 to 4. I know in Hebronville we increased our hours because of the demand, so we've been staying out there later. So as we come out and the county starts to recognize us, and we really need the help of the community, right? Because we are outsiders from Corpus. Like, people are gonna be like, what are they doing over here? Who are they? But when you have people in the community telling them that we're coming, they're gonna trust you.
Correct.
And they're gonna come out and see it for themselves, right?
What we usually do is share,
We'll
the
share
city,
the
get a
flyer.
social media flyer, the board will share it as well. Ms. Zapata, Ms. Patrick, and other members of the community will start sharing it, so we'll do that too as well.
They have a link also where you can schedule the appointments also. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the social media also.
Yes, because our online website, if you visit it, it has, as soon as you get to it, it has our little unit, you click on it, and it's gonna show you where we are for the whole entire month. So people find what location is closer to them, and they're able to get the service, and they love it because what we're offering clinic, we're offering on the mobile unit. You're not going without not having to say, oh, I have to wait till I get to the clinic. So a lot of people are coming. We're bringing flu vaccines for free, so that goes for any county official, any law enforcement, anybody can come and get those flu vaccines from us as well.
For community reference, what do they need to bring so they can be prepared when they get to the unit?
If they could bring proof of income and an ID, if they can't, we don't turn them away. Citizenship is not required either. We are state funded, so that's where we have a big difference between a state funding and a federal.
So basically, just show up.
Yes.
Easy as that, just show up.
And it really sounds like a gimmick, like just show up and I'm gonna get free healthcare. That's kind of weird, but no, I promise. Like,
Well, you
it
have
is.
the courts help you, we'll help you spread the word, share it on social media, and the people will trust that, and they'll go ahead and swing by. These are great services that I think we need here in Zapata, so thank you very much.
Yes, no, thank you guys for having me, and I'm really looking forward to it. After meeting with Pat and seeing the location, I was like, man, we should have come out here sooner. I kept telling her, and we were just like, location and staff, and so we finally kind of figured out all of those logistics out, and so our doctor's like, no, I'm gonna go out there, I wanna see the community. And so I told them, I said, one thing we will not go without is eating. Y'all have
Right.
great food here.
And the restaurants you pick, they're all delicious, so.
Yes, we had good meals last week when we visited here.
Well, that's great to hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for
Thank you
having
for your
me.
time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to resolutions and proclamations. Agenda item number 27, proclamation declaring October 2025 Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Ms. Jessica Ocao, Board Region. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Diana Salazar, Reporter Region.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Thank
Diana.
you all for having us. I wanna thank the judge and Commissioner's Court for your continued support through Reporter Region and the people that we serve.
Yes, on the contrary, thank you very much for everything you guys do and provide for Zapata County
Yes.
and the citizens. Thank you.
So this month of October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. So I'm gonna read the proclamation on the judge's behalf, so. Whereas approximately 1 in 700 children are born with Down syndrome, representing an estimated 6,000 births per year in the United States. Whereas while research and early intervention have resulted in dramatic improvements in the lifespan and potential of those who are affected, most investigation is needed into the causes and treatment of Down syndrome. Whereas possessing a wide range of abilities, people with Down syndrome are active participants in educational, occupational, social, and recreational circles of our community. And whereas there are 400,000 people living with Down syndrome in the United States, whereas individuals with Down syndrome should have an equal opportunity to achieve universally desired goals of self-fulfillment, pride in their achievements, inclusion in their community, and reaching their fullest potential. Whereas all people with Down syndrome experience cognitive delays, but the effect is usually mild to moderate and is not indicative to the many strengths and talents that each individual possesses. Whereas quality education programs, a stimulating home environment, good health care, and positive support from family, friends, and the community enable people with Down syndrome to develop their full potential and lead fulfilling lives. Now therefore be it resolved that the County of Zapata and the State of Texas do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Down Syndrome Awareness Month and encourage our citizens to work together to promote, respect, and inclusion of individuals with Down syndrome and to celebrate their accomplishments and contributions. And in witness whereof we have hereunto set our hands and caused the seal of Zapata County, Texas to be affixed in the 14th day of October 2025.
Motion to approve the proclamation declaring October 2025 Down Syndrome Awareness Month.
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations. Do you want to take a picture? Report?
I think they have another one now. They have
It's
the mental
also,
illness.
You have
actually,
your own together? Okay.
yes, it's also, mental illness awareness month.
Okay,
so-
we'll move on to, agenda item number 28, proclamation declaring October 2025 Mental Illness Awareness Month.
Whereas October is Mental Health Month in Zapata County, whereas 1 in 5 American adults experience a mental health condition each year, and everyone faces challenges in life that can impact their mental health. Whereas despite the prevalence, mental health remains shrouded in stigma, preventing many from seeking help. Whereas early intervention and access to quality care are crucial for managing mental health conditions and improving quality of life. October is recognized nationally as Mental Illness Awareness Month, providing an opportunity to raise awareness, combat stigma, and promote mental health resources. Now therefore, I, Joseph Rathno, Zapata County Judge, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Mental Illness Awareness Month in Zapata County. I encourage all residents of Zapata County to educate themselves and others about mental health conditions, treatment options, and available resources. Challenge stigma by speaking respectfully and inclusively about mental health. Seek help if they are struggling with mental health and encourage others to do the same. Support organizations that provide mental health services and advocacy, and create safe and supportive environments for open conversations about mental health. Together we can create a community where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their mental well-being and seek help when needed. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Zapata County, State of Texas to be affixed the 14th day of October 2025.
Motion to approve proclamation declaring October 2025 Mental Illness Awareness Month.
I'll second that motion.
Second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Ready for a picture?
You can put it in the middle.
Derly, Davido, ¿cómo está Lupita?
Debbie, you wanna go in the middle?
Ahí sigue Gaby. Otra dice. Thank you guys.
Le estaba diciendo que a lo mejor viene.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Ah.
For later.
¿Cómo estás? Thank you. Bien, aquí. Qué chula.
Moving on, Commissioners, to deliberate and consider action on the following items. Let's move on to agenda item number 16. It will be to approve the use of the Zapata Community Center on November 1st, 2025 for the Mighty Hog Band Halloween Party, requested by Ms. Nancy Guerrero, Band Booster Club. Good morning, Ms. Guerrero. Mr. Guerrero, good morning.
Morning. Morning, guys.
Good morning, Commissioner Garza, Solis, Morales. I'm here for the record. My name is Nancy Guerrero, and I serve as the communication coordinator for the Zapata Mighty Hog Band Parent Club, and this is Jose Guerrero. He is
The president.
The president.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
So we're here this morning to respectfully request permission to use the Zapata Community Center for a hog band celebration on November 1st, 2025. So this event originally began as a simple Halloween party for band students. Since there was a football game scheduled on Halloween night, the parent club planned to host a celebration on the following day so that the students can enjoy the holiday together. However, the football game has since been moved to Thursday, October 30th, but our band parents and students truly love the idea of having an event where our students, parents, and friends can come together to celebrate and relax after a demanding season. So over the next 2 weeks, our students will have 6 two-hour-and-a-half marching rehearsals. They're gonna have 2 football games, and they're gonna have 2 marching contests. Needless to say, their schedules are quite intense, and this celebration will provide them with a much-needed opportunity to unwind, recharge, and strengthen team spirit as they prepare, hopefully, for state marching contest. So with your permission, we would like to use the community center just to have this event for them. Like I said, just so that they can have time to just enjoy, themselves with the parents, their friends, and they can just unwind from the marching season.
Yeah, definitely, I think it's a great idea what you guys are doing for the students, for the band members.
Thank you.
They definitely need to unwind. I know it's a long school year, busy. You know, I see that with my kids and they're in middle school, so I can imagine once, they're in high school and, they're all over the place. Have you guys checked with, Ms. Laura Garza?
Yes, we did check with her and it is available. We just wanted to get your approval for this.
Motion approved. Yeah.
We have a motion by Commissioner Moya to approve, the use of the Zapata Community Center on November 1st, 2025. Do you have hours for this event?
Not yet. We were looking at from 6 to 10. Tentatively, right now.
Did she say that it was gonna be required, like, for security or anything like that, that you guys have to pay out of?
No, we did not discuss anything like that, but we are looking for donations for, this event. We are gonna have a DJ, we are gonna have food for them, so we're looking for sponsorships, so hopefully we're able to cover all of those expenses. Whatever, we don't collect, the club will be paying for. One of the things that we pride on is that we do not exclude any student from participation because they're not able to pay. So, that's gonna continue with this event as
You
well.
guys are going all out.
Of course.
Well, our kids definitely deserve that, so thank you very
Yes,
much for,
yes, yes,
what you and the organization are doing for our kids.
Yeah, just as long as you get all the requirements from Ms. Garza,
Of course.
I'll second that motion.
We got we got a motion by Commissioner Moya, second by Commissioner Garza, to use the Zapata Community Center on November 1st. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously.
Commissioner, are we doing it at no cost?
No cost.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It'll be at no cost. For the record, it'll be at no cost for the students of, Zapata.
Yeah, just,
Yes, for the-
like I said, just for the requirements, if
Yes,
we're
go
required
over
for,
with Ms. Garza,
Yeah.
just to make sure on,
yeah, for liability purposes and stuff, I think they're gonna require for you to have a deputy there, and I think you have to pay for that, and,
Yeah.
Yes,
and then
we-
just the cleaning after you can help out
Yes,
or
which
whatever.
I told her we are more than willing, the parents are willing to cooperate because I'm sure after hours and running around with the kids, the last thing you wanna do is clean.
Yes.
So, thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Appreciate it.
Commissioner Moya, that will be a no fee, correct, Commissioner Moya? And, no fee, that will be.
Yeah, no,
motion?
if you can fix my motion to approve the fee being waived.
Okay, very well.
Alright,
Thank you. We have another one. Moving on to agenda item number 11, to hire Capex Resources Group to facilitate the payment process for upcoming Zapata Wind LLC project. Commissioners, in your packets, we do have,
The engagement letter?
engagement letter. Let me see where I have it.
On this, Commissioner, do we have to make a payment, or how does this exactly work? How's it being, final word?
I think it's just giving them authority to
Right.
to
We're
negotiate.
essentially authorizing him for his professional services. Now, he has helped us in the past drafting other, different types of abatements. So right now, you're just basically, not approving an abatement, but approving his work on preparing an abatement.
Motion to approve. We have a motion, by Commissioner Morales to approve, Capex Resources Group to facilitate the payment process. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move on to number 17, to request continued utilization of office space and utilities to continue to provide prevention services and family support services to the community. Ms. Maggie Amestita, Scam.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Montes.
It's me, not
And
Maggie.
then,
Just kidding.
For the record.
For the record, Sonia.
All the staff,
Good morning, Sonia.
good morning, commissioners, good morning, everybody. The other staff had trainings, so I was the
Okay.
only one available.
All right.
But I'm glad to be here. I already gave Roxy the contract that we sign every year. It says the exact same
Same
thing,
thing.
the only thing that changes is the date. We take it serious, so it's from.
So again, thank you for everything you guys do,
Yes.
Yes,
provide
y'all
for
are
the
very-
community, it's
very
definitely
active.
needed.
Yes.
And I'll make a motion to, continue, the utilization of the office space.
Yes.
Second by Commissioner Morales, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thank you,
Thank
we
you, ma'am.
appreciate it. I just have, a little booklet of the different programs that we have, just so that you know.
Yes, ma'am.
We have 4 programs and 7 staff. So, thank you, we appreciate your
Yeah,
help
and I know
and
y'all
support.
go above and beyond, you know, I see you guys really active in the community as
Yes.
well. So thank you guys for all of that.
Yes, next question.
It's just the different programs. I had made one for the judge.
Programs are definitely needed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, please, thank the staff on behalf of the commissioner support as
Yes,
well.
I will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go back in regular order, moving on to number 12, to consider and approve a proposal to provide renovation and turf management to Los Ebanos Golf Course. Commissioners, in your packet, we do have, a contract from Oscar Uriales, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He is currently, a management company for Casablanca and Laredo. In your packets, we do have his contract and the project summary, and I'll read it as follows. This proposal outlines a tailored renovation and turf management solution for Los Ebanos Golf Course, designed to improve turf health, visual appeal, and community value. However, during our assessment, it became clear that many of the current challenges stem from a lack of structured maintenance program and a consistent, committed property management effort. It would be a disservice to provide any renovation services without directly addressing the fact that a basic ongoing maintenance plan is significantly lacking. At present, there appears to be no daily effort to beautify the course or enhance its curb appeal, elements that are essential not only for golfer experience but also for public perception and long-term revenue generation. We strongly recommend that Zapata County allow us to establish a monthly maintenance and management support plan. This would not only preserve renovation improvements, but also help the property meet its potential as a true community asset. Our team is equipped to offer comprehensive support package including golf course maintenance and monthly care plans, food and beverage operations consulting, pro shop merchandise, procurement and vendor contacts, budget development and revenue forecasting. With proper execution, this property has the potential to reflect the county commissioner's court commitment to recreation, tourism, and community wellness. Conversely, continued neglect will only reinforce the perception of management shortcomings. The choice is pivotal. The course can either stand as a symbol of investment and pride or remain as an example of missed opportunity. We are ready to help bring the vision to life. So we skip on to the next page. We do have, item number 1, scope of work. Weed treatment for the greens. It'll consist of applying selective herbicide, and sedge control, spot treatment to avoid turf, injury, 2 applications, initial plus 10 to 14 day follow-up. Letter B will be aerification, core aerification with half-inch tines, top dress sand to be provided by Los Ebanos Golf Course, soil amendments as needed. Letter C, greens, verticutting, light vertical mowing to improve turf density, debris cleanup and top dressing sand to be provided by the course. Letter D, tees. It'll be core aerification of all tee boxes, top dressing sand must be provided by Los Ebanos Golf Course, optional starter, fertilizer for recovery. Letter E, fairways, collars and approaches, reshaping. Reestablish mowing patterns and lines, trim, clean, and redefine collars, improve visual play lines and support proper drainage, apply balanced fertilizer to stimulate turf density. Letter F, next page, cleanup. Once comprehensive cleanup of all playable areas, fairways, tees, collars, approaches will be performed during work on greens to ensure a presentable course. Additionally, monthly cleanup and consultation services to monitor and support renovation successes are available upon request. Price is dependent on the maintenance plan being followed. If we have to remap fairways, tees, collars, and approaches, monthly visits will be priced upon inspection of current conditions. Post-service maintenance plan requirement. Following completion of services, Los Llanos golf course staff will be provided a detailed maintenance plan outlining mowing frequency and height for greens, tees, and fairways. Irrigation, scheduling, and adjustments, fertilizer and chemical follow-up programs, debris and clipping removal procedures, guidelines for early identification of turf stress and weed reoccurrence. It is critical that this plan be followed by on-site staff to preserve all progress made during renovation. Maintaining the turf in clean, playable condition is essential to uphold the vision and standards set by Zapata County Judge and Commissioners for Los Llanos Golf Course as a source of pride and community reaction. And we move on to community engagement. As a part of partnership, we will develop and manage a revamped social media campaign to help showcase before and after photos of improvements, course progress updates and milestones, educational content about maintenance practices, public recognition of the Zapata Commissioners Court commitment to local recreation and quality of life. This campaign will help increase community engagement, reinforce transparency, and show residents the value of their local leadership's investment in improving public spaces. Staffing and equipment. Number 2, on-site crew. 1 executive project manager, experience in renovation projects for courses of similar size and quality in the regional market. 1 superintendent level turf specialist. 3 equipment operators, laborers. 1 marketing and social media manager, responsible for project documentation, community outreach, and public engagement. We go on to the equipment. Okay, let's go on to price proposal. And the list is as follows. Herbicide weed control, per green will be $85. We have 9 greens, it will be $765. To aerify greens, top dress sand provided by Pours, it will be $150 a green. We have 9 greens, it will be $1,350. To verticut greens and cleanup, it will be $100 a green. We do have 9 greens, that will be a total of $900. Aerify tees, top dress sand provided by Golf Course, $125 a green, that will be quantity 9, total of $1,125. Fairway reshaping and cleanup, $150 a green or per hole. We have 9 holes, it will be $1,350. Collar and approach restoration is $100 per hole. We have 9, total of $900. Fertilizer and soil amendments, $1,500 lump sum. Labor, mobilization, and media campaign, lump sum $3,000 for a total of $10,890.
You're gonna do full 18 of them?
That's what I said, we have 10 green day.
Well, here we have the 9, so we can go with the 9 and then we'll leave the next one. How much do we have in the balance for, in the account for the golf course?
Well, right now, we're starting off.
Right, but what is we budgeted 20?
Right now offhand, I don't know how.
We budgeted 20?
I think, yeah, 20,000.
We did 20,000, okay. And then we go to number 4 with the optional add-ons, sprinkler head mapping and marketing, that'll be $500. Soil testing and lab analysis, $400. Staff training and monthly supervision, maintenance and mowing plans, that's a custom quote. So for today, it'll be 9 holes, everything listed, Commissioners, for a total of $10,890. And I didn't mention that Mr. Oscar was out of the country, and he actually was driving in today, sometime today, to the radio. But that's why I went ahead and presented it for him.
So it's coming out from the
budget, from the line item from the golf course.
So it's
improvement, so I make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
And this is an annual fee, or?
This will be, I
A
believe it'll
one-time
be an
fee?
annual fee, this will be, I think, but we'll do it for this year, as of today, and then we'll figure out.
We'll go from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll find out, and it's definitely,
It's
needed.
an improvement that we really needed.
It's a real good improvement. I know the school district, does pay the county, some amount of money, which is 40,000. And I think they need to see a little bit, more of an improvement, so I think this will be huge. I don't know if you guys have seen, Casablanca, we've had, or they had, tremendous improvements made out there by this company, so I have, good faith in this company.
Yeah, we need to bring it up.
Casablanca's night and day from what it used to be.
Correct.
They've done a real good job with it, so.
And in a
They
matter
could,
of-
do even some, percentage of that, improvement here, that'd be a good thing.
Of course,
for the
I'm pretty
community.
sure it's gonna take a little bit more than the 10,000 on our behalf, you know, trying to, you know, meet the requirements that they're offering for us, you know, as far as providing the sand and, you know, sprinklers that are damaged, and we're still not done with the sprinkling system.
Right.
And that's one of the main issues that the court.
And I think they're supposed to host the district tournament here in Zapata, and due to the conditions, they're gonna go and host it in Laredo, which I think is, you know.
Yeah, correct.
Should be here, you know, not in Laredo.
But I think, you know, after this year, you know, if everything goes well, according to plan, you know, I think by next year we should have, you know, our tournament back in Zapata.
Correct.
Fingers
Also,
crossed.
Commissioner, just for corrections, 35,000 that we have budgeted in that.
35,000, okay.
Alright.
So this is for a total of
9 holes, I think.
10,890 for 9 holes, and we can bring on the other.
I think it'll be like a total of 710 bucks if you include another green.
Provided at a later time.
Right, we'll bring that quote at a later time. So we have a motion by Commissioner Morales, and we have a second by Commissioner Mue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimous. So I'll go ahead and get a hold of Mr. Oscar Uriales here today, so they can get started, as soon as they can. I know it's something that we actually have to do as of yesterday, you know.
Correct.
We'll take care of it, and, you know, I think, you know, I have strong faith in this company, and we'll see major improvements in the golf course.
Well, it's a gesture of good faith also towards the school district.
Yes, correct.
Exactly.
To the community.
To the students of the district. Agenda item number 13, to discuss and take possible action concerning the proposed, increase in the hourly wage of Marlena Salinas, who serves as the housing for Texas Grant Outreach Specialist, from $17 an hour to $18 an hour. This position is fully funded by the TVC grant. Mr. Adolfo Pope Gonzalez, Veteran Service Officer.
Good morning, Mr. Pope.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Pretty much, we've got the money in the budget for that, and, it's fully funded by TVC. I know that, Marlena has been doing a great job. We're on our 4th year already of this grant, and, most recently, she got, her degree. I always encourage her and Brandy to continue their education, so I'm very proud of that, and, that's one of the reasons.
Well, your program has been doing, you know, great stuff for the veterans here in Zapata. I make a motion to approve, the raise from $17 to $18 to Ms. Marlena Sines, which is fully funded by the CDC grant.
Salinas.
Salinas, I'm sorry, Marlena Salinas.
Yes.
Second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Pope.
Commissioners, I have 49th District Court upstairs. I know we have an executive session item. Would the court be inclined to possibly hear that, now, that way I can have the 49th?
Yes, okay. Move on to item number 25, to discuss and take possible action on case number 3100. Account was under lawsuit since 1993.
Motion to enter into executive
We have a
session.
motion to enter executive session by, Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. We will now enter executive session, we to discuss and take possible action on case 31. Account was under lawsuit since 1993. Executive session is requested pursuant to Texas Government Code, Title 5, Subchapter B, Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. We are now in executive session.
Return to
Is there a
regular
motion to
session.
return, to regular session by Commissioner Garza?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Moya. For the record, no action was taken. We will be tabling this item, for next meeting to get legal advice from our tax attorney. Returning to item number 14, to request approval to hire paramedic Destiny Torres, general budget code 10-543, slot 26, as paramedic at $15.19 an hour, requested by Chief, Danny Arriaga, our
Motion
Chief.
approved.
I'm gonna motion to table that item.
Motion going back?
Yeah.
Yes, go
Okay.
back.
Okay, going back to 25, motion by Commissioner Garza to table. Do we get,
Second.
second by Commissioner Moya, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Ahora sí.
Okay, now we're on to number 14, to request approval to hire paramedic Destiny Torres, general budget code 10-543, slot 26, as paramedic at $15.19 an hour. Chief, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Just for the record, this is a vacant slot that we currently have that's already been budgeted in the budget for this fiscal year, so it's not an add-on or.
And it's been vacant for a while, right?
It's been vacant for a while, yes.
So, there's a table?
No, motion.
No, that was
That was for the
for
prior for number 25.
Yeah.
So I got a motion by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Moya.
Yes,
That's right?
second motion.
Yeah, Morales Moya.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Similar to
Thank you.
25 por eso.
Number 15, to approve the payment of $17,311.38 to AARC Environmental Inspection for 1 year, requested by Domingo Castañeda, Board Director. Morning, Mr. Castañeda.
Morning.
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 Yes, this is inspection for 1 year, and it's covered by RAMP. It's a
For the
90.
ramp, it's a 90/10.
Yeah,
What's our 10%?
1,000.
So our cost will be $1,731?
Yes, but this year is including the stormwater permit, which renews every 5 years.
No, that's great. Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Moya, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Castañeda.
Thank you, Mingo.
Who made the motion?
Moya.
Commissioner Moya, and second by Commissioner Garza. Moving on to number 18, to approve the use of the Zapata County Pavilion for a 5K run and walk for domestic violence awareness on October 25th, 2025, starting at 7 a.m., registration and race at 8 a.m. Mr. Ricardo Garza, who is not present with us, will have Ms. Karen Westerman. Good morning, Ms. Karen.
My apologies to you all. We are not gonna have the run. It's gonna be canceled until either January or February, and I don't have a date.
Okay, so we'll bring back another,
Motion
you're
to-
ready.
No action.
No action.
No action. No action on that one, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Karen. Number 19, to approve to replat the Falcon Shores subdivision lot 42, block 6, Premier Engineering. Mr. Manuel Gonzalez, good morning.
Morning,
Mr.
Judge.
Carlos, good morning. Mr.
Morning.
Carlos.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Mr. Gonzalez, have you looked into the one in Guerrero Chiquito, the one that's grandfathered in, that they put 2 water meters back in the day? That's the one? Ah.
You've been there, done that.
That's awesome. So we get calls away.
Listen, Commissioner, you can take a quick look at it to see if you're familiar with the area and pass it around. And it's, this one, Commissioners, it's the, this is the, it's in Falcon Shores subdivision, or we call it Guerrero Chiquito, and, we have Gonzalez Street and Midway Street. It's at the corner of Gonzalez and Midway. So when you look at the plat, you can see that the house or the property there on the corner, it's 90 foot by 135, but then it has a road easement on Midway Street for 30 foot, and it has another road easement on Gonzalez Street for 15 foot. So the lots end up becoming smaller. And I did pass around some photos. You can see on the photos that the people that are living there, they both have their own water meter, they both have their own electrical meter, they both have their own sewer services. And there's 2 trash bins at the property indicating each one of the homes has its own services. They were provided services by the county some years ago, I guess many years ago. And then, they've been existing in this manner for that amount of time. The owner or the client had asked if we would consider presenting it for a planning or to be formally platted. Because, right now, they wanted me to just survey it and divide it. Told them I can't just survey and divide it, has to be platted. The lots already exist, they're platted. So when you replat it, you cut the lot into, essentially, they already cut them into half. You can see in the picture, there's a fence down the middle of the two lots. So they already exist as two separate lots, but not formally in court records. So what we, went ahead and did is we went ahead and did the partition to show the replat. The services, which is the requirements for being able to replat, would be for each to have their own water service, which they do. They both have their own sewer, they both have their electricity, they both get their own garbage collections. So they meet all the conditions, other than the lot is really small. This one I would consider it an existing, non-conforming property. Well, I'm gonna say we, but the county provided them water service years ago, maybe 20-some years ago. Then I looked back on trying to determine when it happened, but I couldn't clearly verify. But they've had water service for a very long time. So being that they were provided two separate water meters, and they've been existing as two separate properties, but they're in the same lot, because any future owners that would come in, they would have to request separate water meters, and for us to be able to approve something like that, the lots would be too small. We would say, well, they don't qualify, because then if we start splitting all the lots into halves, then we're gonna create double the capacity that it was intended for.
Correct.
It was intended for, them to be, they are small lots as they are, and they're gonna be small lots also. The homes are already existing, so what.
Is it a family, lot, like the one that's divided, or is it two different owners?
Right now, they're owned by the same person.
Maybe they can put a clause saying if, we ever sell the other half, it has to be sold as a one unit, like that we won't run into an issue of, them meeting the requirements for water meter service if it gets sold to somebody else.
Well, they meet all the requirements for water service and for sewer service and all those, and that's why I was saying, like, this one's kind of it's not the norm, because normally, right now, the way our rules are, a customer has to come to the county and ask for a separate meter for the same lot, and we at the county would then assess, do you need to replat or not, before we give you the meter.
Correct.
And maybe back 20 years ago, we weren't, doing that, so then they got issued a separate meter, and I think the intention was maybe good, but if we do that, then you can have 100 more lots in a subdivision that wasn't intended for 100 more lots. Right. But the fact that it exists, it does exist, and it's existed for over 20 years. So we're presenting it as an existing, non-conforming, but we want to bring it into be conforming. So this is what this plat is for, so that we can bring it in to meet the rules, the current rules. And then any future development that comes in by any landowner, we will look at them like we always do on a case by case, and if it's something that can be granted, then we'll consider it, but if it's not, then no. This one, I declared it, or I showed it as a preliminary for your review and consideration, but that way if you had any questions that I can answer, that's, it does have, I guess, it meets all the required, other than the lots are gonna be small. So then that's the only thing that we would, consider, like in any future lot developments in that area, we would look at them carefully if we would be able to continue splitting lots, and it's not, for us to continue doing it, it's not recommendable, but if it's something that we I guess we issued
Something done in
We
the
issued the
past
services,
prior.
which, you know, but moving forward, our rules are more
Our
clear now
requirements, yeah.
than where they were, you know, years back, and I think years back was maybe more so that they could each have, their rental property, so they could each have their own water bill, and they don't have, you know, one meter and then two different tenants paying the same bill, and then one of them uses more.
Motion to approve, the replat of lot 42 in Falcon Shores subdivision, block 6. Second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 20, update on drainage improvements on Lozano Street.
On this one, Commissioners, I have an estimate, and it's just it's a preliminary estimate for some drainage improvement on Lozano, 274 Lozano Road. And I have a map as well, so that you can, what's happening on Lozano Street is they're also in the same subdivision. The majority of the water from the subdivision goes down the street to the middle of the block, and then once it gets to the middle of the block, it starts cutting across the lots. The lot that's in question has been vacant for a long time, but, landowner wants to build something on it. And there's a lot of water that goes through the property that gets collected in the neighborhood. So what I indicated to the landowner is that they would have to issue an easement to the county so that we would be able to install any improvements. We're looking at maybe either a 10-foot or maybe an 8-foot drainage easement along the left edge property line or the north property line, so that we can then look at putting in maybe a great inlet where all the water usually cuts through the property and it goes through to the back. I spoke to the neighbor on the back of this property, because then we're gonna have water coming through there. It does go through there right now. And I asked if they wanted for the pipe to continue to their property, and they didn't want the piping to continue to their property, so that they were okay with the water crossing the way it's crossing now. So what we looked at is putting in, at the end of the pipe, a storm pipe, putting in a concrete slab with some energy dissipators to slow down the energy of the water, and then let it just sheet flow the way it kind of goes right now. It's just sheet flowing across the neighbor's property. I spoke to the neighbor about that so that we could be on the same, make sure we understood exactly what he was gonna be agreeing to. And he would rather have it sheet flow through his property than being piped across the property. That's kind of what we're looking at. Now, on the estimate, it's just a rough estimate. There's some things that that could be improved if the county does have an inlet already available that we may be able to use, or if we have some pipe material, but we do need to put in a concrete, it's almost like a concrete drive so that we can funnel the water into the inlet, where it's right now, it goes to the area where it's cutting through, and it ponds in the street until it jumps the curb, and then once it jumps the curb, it just starts going through there. And they've built up the property to start putting in some improvements, but it's like we have few rains, and when we have few rains, we'll get maybe like an inch and a half of water, and it's a significant amount, and it just cuts through the property, and so it washes out all the fill material that he brings in, and then he'll go and build it up again, and it continues doing that. So
will this be covered under the CO since it's drainage? Mr. Gonzalez?
Come on, I'm sorry?
Would the CO cover this project?
Because it's drainage improvements?
Yes, it could, yes, it will.
It could.
We will have to ask the attorney.
I can bring it back at the next meeting so that you have time.
Yeah, because this is.
Check with the attorney.
The way it's set up for a waterworks thing, so this drainage is kind of, it's a very iffy, it's not through waterworks.
And this doesn't include the people doing it, right? This is just for materials.
This would be county crews doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, the county would do the work, and that's the reason for getting the easement.
Well, let's find out to see if it's covered under the CO, for the next meeting.
And then what's
I'll
this
ask,
one?
but it's just
See
gonna
what I
be,
have, that's
it's
all.
very highly unlikely, cause it's not a waterworks thing, so it's pretty specific with equipment and waterworks type of projects, not drainage, so I'll ask, just to, cause you never know, but I just find it hard that it would be able to see
On the estimate that I provided is more likely not to exceed that. It'll be maybe, it'd probably be less, but,
Commissioner, do you know we have any inlets out there?
So, Commissioner, I spoke.
I have some stuff over there, like Posan, I know I have some stuff
I don't
there.
see this right.
I spoke also to the engineer here in charge for the text dot. He said if we ever need, drainage or inlets or whatever we might need, we just have to do a letter of request to text dot. He'll submit it to text dot, and if it's available, we can just go and, pick it up. So if you wanna get with, Mr. Danny Flores, to see if, what materials are needed, that'll help a lot. We can just get a letter from the judge's office and commissioners and, request what is needed for drainage purposes.
That's through the county assistance program, and you're allotted every year a certain
Every year
amount.
so much, yes.
Yes, a
so
certain allotment.
if they do have any great inlets that they maybe, have available, that would be, that would be a good
I think they
one.
might, because they have one of them on 16, they completely washed away, broke, so there's a big one on Highway 16. I think we need to avoid on.
So that's why I was also in mentioning it to you, cause I know, for the water that stays, seated over here at the.
Yeah, it's a big drop, it's like a 8-foot drop into the thing, and it's completely open. Yeah, so we put barriers, but I mean, hopefully.
And also for the bridge, if we need to go under the, they have any inlets that we can utilize there, that'll
So
be.
is this the issue that you were having with those kids jumping in the?
Yeah, that's another thing
Well,
that we can put on the agenda.
That's the one on, this is going through a property.
Yeah, that's,
But that
that's
one
on-
you're talking about, Commissioner, is on Florida Street. It's on Highway 16, 1 block south.
Okay.
So Highway 16 and 5th, where the county just completed the drainage project.
Right.
So if you go 1 block south, that's Florida Street. That street has a low water crossing, but the low water crossing is concreted, it's a concrete, low water crossing. It's roughly about 2.5 feet higher than the flow line of the Texas culvert. So there's about 2.5 feet of water that holds back.
I saw that, the commissioner sent me some pictures.
Yeah, so you have a 2.5, depth pond that, the kids, I saw some kids jumping in there, and it's not good for the kids to be.
No,
It's extremely dangerous.
it's extremely dangerous.
So what we'd like to do on that one is, sock up the existing concrete, put in some pipes, maybe 18-inch pipes, so that we don't have to remove all the concrete, and then, keep the elevation low, but allows that
The water to
that's
flow
ponded
under.
to drain out. We're max, I guess, we'd have to match the concrete just south of that street.
Yeah, and then put
It's
some
about 2.5.
railings or whatever, so that's what I'm making a list of the stuff that we might need, and then we can include it in our allotted, stuff that we get from the
Okay.
text dot.
Yeah, that one, we could ask for like, 2 safety end treatments, one for each side for maybe 18-inch pipe, which they usually use on their driveways, and then, we'd be able to, have the water drain through on that. So, that's what I have for this one.
I think we can, I'll make a motion to table it for next meeting, so we can get with, on the inlet, and then to see with the CO, to see if it'll
Yeah, let's see what I have at the Posan, I have a bunch of stuff.
And then, we'll get a, better picture of how much it's gonna cost. I mean, that would bring it down $5,000, that'll bring it down to
Motion to table.
Motion to table. Do I have a second?
So Lee's got some.
Seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 21, update on 4-H arena project.
On the 4-H arena project, Commissioners, we've been working on the plans and specs for that project. We have, contacted the architect in terms of wanting to do the additional bleachers and the restrooms and the men's and women's restrooms, and also the concessions, stand or area. That they gave an estimate so that we try to get additional funds, a bit, maybe between, cause I told him we only have about 100,000 extra from what the grant was. And he said we maybe need maybe like 400 or 500 to cover the bleachers, the restrooms and the concession.
Can we start a GoFundMe?
Well, the good thing is that we're starting the tax abatement, so part of that, we can add, I mean, my main priority would be the fire station, of course, to get help with the fire station, the sheriff's office. But maybe on that abatement, we can add we need to start something quick and, negotiate in those terms.
You talk about the abatement for the wind? I think those are looking about 2029, I think.
And that's why I was,
2029.
yeah, I don't have any information on the wind, so I was kind of like, are we starting the abatement? If, it's too far.
It's just a process, just to get it going.
Yeah, but that'd be something to consider still.
So that was just an update, commissioners.
Okay.
Are we gonna be able to look at those?
The plans?
The plans, cause I haven't seen anything.
I'll bring you some for
Maybe
review. I'll send
there might be
these.
some modifications that we can do and cut here and there, and maybe instead of being 400,000, it's gonna be 100,000. So we
Yeah.
need to really look at.
What you explained on the
what
restrooms
plans are.
was that, because of the volume of people in the facility, then it requires X amount of, facilities, like restroom facilities for the men's and the women's, and those, that's what kind of was driving up the cost. But he did also mention that he would consider using, instead of putting a brick, I guess finish, he could use a block finish with a split face, so that it would be cheaper and it would still give it a.
Do we have
Wow.
drainage and all that stuff there at the 4-H arena? For like the restrooms and stuff? Or is that gonna be an extra cost?
There used to be.
Well,
restrooms.
yeah,
Okay.
there used to be some old ones.
What about the porta potties? I know Commissioner Garza has some in his park, but they maintenance some every
Year.
Every
Well,
week?
they do it every week.
every week. Maybe that'd be something, to save here.
I just put some on mine.
That'd be something for you to think about, Commissioner.
The only thing about the 4-H that worries me is the parking. I mean, I used to team rope, and when you rope, I mean, they say llena. So my main thing is we're gonna put so much money into this, which I'm for it, but where is everybody gonna park? You're gonna have a beautiful facility, but no parking.
We're looking at,
That's my main
we're looking
concern.
at relocating the Little League field
Across.
and, relocating it within the area so that, the kids can still use it, maybe somewhere on that centerpiece, but a little bit further south, not where the carnival, goes, but maybe a little bit further down, or, maybe even, I don't know if it fits on the opposite side of the Miraflores Park.
Okay.
There's a corner there that it was gonna be for park improvements, so then maybe we could be relocated into.
think that lot would be
that.
The only issue with that lot is probably, the drainage issue. We know the water comes in from that area. I don't know if it'll affect it or not, but.
On the
Yeah, 'cause
Miraflores?
it's a low,
Next to the
it's
park.
a low.
Yeah, the amount of water goes through there, I guess it's some, but we could put, maybe, since it's not gonna have traffic over it, HDPE pipe, and then cover it and utilize the whole area.
And then utilize to see if there's drainage and water availability to that, drainage for, 'cause it's gonna need restrooms and,
There's a
stuff like
6-inch water line on the north side of Miraflores that we can connect to for water services. For sewer, I would need to check to see how close we are. There are
Cause
some
if not, he's
homes-
gonna run into the issue that I have with my walking park. That's why I had to put the porta potties, cause we have no sewer in that area.
Yeah.
What is the recommendation amount of, restrooms for the arena?
For the arena,
Yes, sir.
it depends on the population that's gonna be, I guess, the seating that's,
The occupancy.
Yeah, the occupancy. The architect has the codes that they follow. I don't know the actual number, like, if it's like 12 stalls or 15 stalls, but if you have, let's say, 15 or 12 times 2, right, for the men's and women's, so then that drives the number up some, and then going to.
I'm assuming they'll probably have to be like the size of the community center. That's more or less what,
I would think
capacity, I would imagine.
Something similar to what you have even at the, exhibit hall.
Okay, well, yeah, it's
Yeah, like
about
the
10,
community center,
I think
you
it's
know.
about 10 stalls and ten
Yeah.
restrooms for men and women.
Yes, something like that. I think that's kind of where you would have. I can get you that, Commissioner, and get you a better number for that. I'll ask the architect so they can present on this next,
For the next meeting?
yes.
Or maybe even if we just cut it in half, and when there's gonna be an event, get porta potties and, you know, compensate for the line that's gonna, you know, be, it's just a recommendation.
Something to think about.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, item number 22, update on the fire station project.
Commissioners, on the fire station project, the plans were completed and the specs were sent up to USDA about 2 weeks ago for them to start reviewing the plans and specs, and then also so they can start figuring the match portion of this project. This one does have a match from the county that's already been approved. It will come from USDA in terms of a loan, and then they'll give you a repayment, I guess, plan where it's 20 years or 40 years to repay. That one, currently they're shut down, so they're not working.
It's gonna delay a little bit.
Yeah, and, but they do have our plans and specs for that further review.
They were sent before the shutdown, correct?
Yes, correct. They were sent before. And, as soon as we have that back, we'll get an idea of, how soon we can go out for bids, and then that probably will be going for bids pretty soon. Okay.
Can we have, the plans for all of these projects and improvements?
Yes. We can get you plans for all of it.
Number 23, update on the sheriff's office improvements.
On commissioners, on the sheriff's office, we did a walkthrough with the county's insurance company. And, during the walkthrough with the insurance company, they're making an assessment to see if they're gonna award any funding for roof repairs. We had an estimate from a previous company, I think presented at the last meeting, and it was a pretty sizable number. I asked another contractor to come and provide an assessment as well, and they did. They gave me two prices. One of them was, of those photos that you have there, there's about maybe 20, 30 locations.
Those are previous repairs that were done to it, or?
Those are the repairs that are currently existing. So, yeah, they're previous repairs
That are already deteriorated or whatever it is.
Yeah, they're no, I guess, those are supposed to be hot welded. So then when they hot weld them, the materials will then bond to each other and becomes monolithic, and it's no longer two separate pieces, but just one continuous piece. And, what they proposed, those just seemed like they were just put on with an adhesive, with like I guess, like a repair patch.
Do you remember who the company was, so we will get it again?
No, this was before us. I mean, I think they did
Well,
this
back-
about 15 years ago, so I'm not sure who did those repairs. But, the company that did come, to give us a quote, he did, I mean, at least while he was doing the inspection, he put glue on them and just kind of patched them temporarily.
What was this company?
This is JGA Roofing.
Out of where?
They're out of,
Harlingen?
San Marcos.
So he did, as he was doing the inspections, he would see stuff that was damaged and he would go and get it and fix it
Yeah,
at
he
no
said
charge, he just did
at
it
no
on.
charge. He said, I had some materials with me in my truck, and I'm doing the inspection, and I saw that the flaps weren't no longer adhering, and he goes, they weren't hot welded, but since I had some materials in my truck, he goes, I went ahead and did some minor repairs, what I could, and he sent me about maybe 20, 30 photos of
Stuff that needed to be repaired.
Yeah.
What was the estimate that he gave you?
So on the estimate that he provided he provided one for a replacement of the entire roof and one for repairs of those existing patches so that if it's some, cause I told him,
I know they have
we were maybe
numerous-
gonna have to go get funding for the replacement, so to give me a price to, fix the patches properly. And so he gave me one to remove existing patches, clean and install proper roof patches throughout the roof with a 1-year workmanship warranty. And that one was for $35,000. And that would just be to just basically, everywhere where he sees that there's a patch or he sees that there's a tear, he was gonna go patch those, cause he says some spots, you could see that either a branch or something flew by and just kind of ripped the material. Now, the material that he's proposing to use for the roof replacement, it's an 80 mil, membrane roof. It's a Duralast, and I'll provide you the quote right now. And, it's the heaviest gauge of roofing that they have. They have a 40, a 60, and an 80. And he says that for most, facilities that are, for like, county government, city government, or school, districts, they use, the 80 mil because you want it to last.
Correct.
20, 30 years. Okay, so then they, on the roof replacement, he just sent it to me this morning, but I haven't gone through it fully, but I did go over some of the items that he was proposing. And he is proposing to, I guess there's some pipes that are coming out of the roofing, either, paint those to match, current standards, remove the existing PVC single ply membrane, install underlayment, over the existing mod bid roof per manufacturer's specs, install tapered crickets to divert water into scuppers, which like, right now it's a flat roof and there's some areas where water just goes and sits there. And so they'll put like, underneath, they'll put like a little riser, so that it'll force the water to go to where the water's gonna exit either down a drain, if it's an interior drain, or if it's a side of the roof type of drain, it'll force it to those spots. Install 80 mil energy efficient single ply membrane, install membrane with flashings per manufacturer's details, perimeter edging. They'll come up on the edging and then they'll do a full termination, which if it goes over the wall, and then they'll either put a cap or they'll put just a termination on the front part. But either way, they'll use their roofing manufacturer specs. And then, they give a 20-year warranty on the materials and the workmanship. He has then their company qualifications and their, I guess their readiness to start the work. They have like maybe approximately within 2 to 3 weeks after receiving the signed contract that they will be ready to start. And they estimate that it would take them between 15 to 25 working days to do the work. And then.
That'd be for the roof replacement, 15 to 25 days?
What, Mr. Gonzalez, so, if you can refresh my memory on if, with the work we're gonna do on Sheriff's renovation, were we gonna extend it, or was that next? Extend towards the
Extend
street?
to the north side.
We're extending to the north side, like about 7 offices.
So, in that extension, we're gonna do this, extend, and then redo it again? Like redo that area?
No, this is
For
on
the
the
existing.
roof part.
Right,
So when they do the extension for the new offices.
right.
On the interior of the offices, they were gonna redo the ceiling cookies, they were gonna repaint the walls, they were gonna redo the floors to match the new extended offices, so that when you walk in the offices, walking in the new section or the old section.
It's all the same.
They have the
Nothing
same.
with the
But-
roof.
but-
But with the roof.
But with the roof, we're gonna do the roof, and then we're gonna extend.
Yeah, but we're not touching the roof on the extension, right?
Oh, okay, we're not touching the roof. It's a
Well,
different roof system on that side?
It's a different building, so on the extension is, you're gonna attach to one wall.
Right.
And then go forward.
Oh, it's gonna be sloped or something?
Well, they'll have to re-slope that because there's 2 drains on that north
Okay.
wall. So then those drains on that north wall will have to be taken either across to the side or have to be drained to the
I guess my question, it's gonna be two separate roof systems. The one for the main building, then the other one will have its own.
It'll be 2 separate roof systems, but there will be that north wall, when it attaches to the new building, has drains coming down on it. So those drains will have to be either taken down either on interior drains and then taken out to a drain system, or would have to be pushed out to the.
So I get what you're saying, so your recommendation would be to do it now or do it all at once, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, 'cause I didn't wanna, for us to do the work on the roof, and then we're adding there, and then we have to patch up that, you know, those two different roofs. But you're saying it's gonna be a separate roof system, like a lower level or something?
When they put the new one, they'll have to match it to the one that's being put in there. But you're saying is for them to do the whole thing, and it's 18,000 square feet. So they don't have funds to do 18,000 in existing square feet. They have funds to do I think it's about.
The addition.
Yeah, the addition.
Well, this would have to come from the general fund, but maybe it'd be ideal to wait, you know, for the addition and then put the roof, you know, we put in the.
It just seems like we're gonna do a roof, then we're gonna tear that part up to redo that roof, and that just seems like that would be an area where we're leaking in about, you know, 5
Yeah, well,
years.
yeah, that's the issue when you combine two roofs together. There
Instead
has
of
to be
doing it all
proper
at
drainage,
once.
proper flashing installed in it, so there won't be an issue within that wall.
Yeah.
I mean, am I right?
And that's why I asked them to also provide us like the repairs on the patches.
Right.
So that we can then just, if we do the repairs on the patches, at
Which
least
would-
they'll temporarily.
Which would be the 35,000, and then once we do the extension, then we do the whole roof, correct?
Yeah.
What was the price for the whole roof for this one that he's offering?
Okay, so, do you want me to read it out loud? Do you know what it says?
Please.
It's roughly about half of what the other, it's less than half than the other quote you had before. The other quote was 600,000.
Okay. So about 300?
Less than 300.
Well, the problem is that
I'll give you this so you can have it, Commissioner. It's just that, I mean, if you're, you'll have a better leverage if you don't have a number that's out. Yeah, because when they came and reviewed it, I didn't give them the number that we had from the previous meeting. I just told them, I need you to look at it and give us a proposal.
Well, it was a
They did it,
fair-
they gave us a proposal, and it is what it is. And that's what they proposed. Go ahead and pass this up.
Yeah, the issue is that, you know, they do have multiple leaks all over the building, is that correct?
Yes,
I got
we
the
don't
photos.
get rain often, but we've had rain recently over this last 2 months. And I've walked in there like 3 or 4 times with Miss Nelly, and we looked at the jail portion, and we looked at the sheriff's office portion right after a rain. And so we could see where it was leaking. There is several areas that it's leaking that need to be addressed, and,
Which they would do for a considerable amount less, correct?
What's that?
The repairs? They would
Yeah,
do-
35,000.
Yeah.
Can I get a copy of that, repairs quote so I could submit to the insurance? So they can see the cost and attached to,
I just got it this morning. I'll email it to you, and that way you can
Forward to
take
the
it, yeah.
insurance.
And then they're willing to also have a meeting and discuss
Maybe it'll be covered
any
by
items
insurance.
with us that they want. But I told them we had Commissioner's Court. I told them when we came to the meeting, for the walkthrough, but they just sent the proposal, they sent it this morning. I think the wanting to meet with the insurance to see what they would cover, and then that way that they may be able to cover those items. I think on the repairs, from what I was looking at, is that they would remove all the patches that are there, and they would put new patches.
I know there's
But-
been quite an extensive amount of work, you know, over the years.
Over and
that
over again,
over
yeah.
and over again,
I
yes,
mean,
that
at the end of the day,
we
what I
always
think we
end
need
up
to
doing.
remove from
That's
this.
what
The
you're saying.
roof, if I'm not mistaken, it may be closer to 20 years since it was replaced. Cause
That's
I
what
remember.
They mentioned, he goes, it looks like it's closer to 20 years. I told him, it's like around 15. He said, well, it looks like it's closer to 20 because.
It's about 18
It
years.
already looks very weathered,
I think
and it
these-
has a lot
I
of
think these
repairs.
repairs are just temporary, you know, a couple of months, a year. I
Yeah,
don't think they
and
have
it's
to-
had already a lot of repairs
Right.
that he was able to see up there. I'll forward the.
Now, let me ask you this, Mr. J, how far do you see us, from starting that, improvements to add on to the sheriff's office? Guesstimate,
I'm thinking by the end of this year,
so we're
We'll
on the
start?
table.
yeah. Like, because they'll probably come back to work, it's a USDA funded project, so they'll probably come back to work,
November.
within the month, yeah, November. So then when they come back, we'll have plans and specs ready for them to review and give us an authorization to go out for bids. So then that will go out for bids pretty much with the fire station.
So you think it'd be, ideal to hold off on this, say 35,000, and then once we get started on that, just, maybe possibly add the whole roof?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
35,000.
because we can then check to see how much funding we have on the extension, and if we have enough monies. The quote for the whole thing wasn't as bad as the last quote. The last quote was taking the whole budget of the new facility.
Well, also the repairs, if we're able to do it through the insurance.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I do is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta wait for the insurance
Yeah, right.
to give us a green light first. to
Yeah.
see.
Okay. So then, yeah, we can look at that. So I just wanted to get you an update on that.
Okay. Item number 24, that'll be no action. Item number 24, update on raw water intake project.
Okay, on the raw water intake, commissioners, we did do, had some work done on that one, and on the work that we were doing was, in particularly the storm run construction for the water intake and the 20 by 60-foot concrete slab and pier system. That one, we got it, completely poured out on, within these past 2 weeks. And then we also did, some electrical systems improvements and, also some, installation for cabling for the automatic transfer switch. We're approximately, because they've already ordered all the pumping and the electricals, that took up from the first project pretty much the majority of it. Now the slabs already been put in place, and then they put in conduit and cabling for the lighting. They need to put a couple of risers so we can put some disconnects. That one right there, we're at about 90% complete on the storm berm and the 20 by 60 concrete slab. And we're about 40%, this is even from the beginning, on the raw water mounted trailers. That's when we ordered it. And we have 40% on the electrical system installations. We went from 30 to 40, we did about 10% on the installation of the conduit and the cabling. And then the supply installation for the manual transfer switch, furnish all labor, connections, equipment. That was also at 40%, went from 30 to 40%. Has a total, estimated cost of $77,425. And this is for Muflon Oilfield Services, and it will go to Axstar, the bonding company. And
What was it, one again, 77?
425. That will be, reimbursable to the county, or it will be coming to the county from USDA when the funds come in, then the county will issue payment on that.
We have some good news, right? They were able to jet that
Yeah,
casing
yes,
out,
and
and
that's-
we went from 5 feet to like 21 feet. Did a really good job in cleaning out the water system there.
Yes, and that one, Commissioner, we do have it as a separate cost. That's on the permanent, structure. We did have, Rams, machine shop. They've repaired, the, pump number 1. We put it back in, but they could feel that there was, a lot of silt in the casing. The casing is a 64-inch size casing. So, before we got it started and running, I said, let's clear out what's in the casing. Hasn't been cleared since it got installed, and this was back in 2003. Then we went in with a, air compressor and a 20-foot long,
Suction.
galvanized pipe, so that they could jet out all the debris that's down there. And there was a lot of debris, that's collected over the years that as it's coming through the river and the pump's running, it
It
creates
sucks
a
it
little
up.
bit of suction, so since it's a large diameter, different, items were falling in there. So we had, some pieces of wood that came out, a lot of silt, and some, water bottles and things like that that had sat down on the bottom. That's been cleared out from the surface of the water to 20 foot in depth. The intake of the pipe goes from the surface of the water to only about 8 or 10 feet down. And then the top of the casing has about 4 foot over the water. So what we're proposing on that work, it was about, let me see. That work was over a couple of days. It was from October 6th, October 7th, October 8th, to clean out those, and it came out at 5,500. It was roughly about $1,300 per day, more or less, for the 1, 2, 3, it was 4 days. And, that cleared out all the debris from that casing. What we're proposing is that we acquire an air compressor so that then we can then go and clean it out. And then also.
On a yearly basis?
I would say on a,
Yeah, we hadn't cleaned it in over 20 years, so if we can clean it on a yearly basis, that'd be great. Or every time we're gonna alternate pumps, like that pump, we had taken it out to get repaired, it had been off for 4 months. So then there was no movement, and so it just.
settled.
Yeah, it just settled. So then, when they first went in, at about 7 feet, they were hitting, silt. And then it started jetting that out, and then it started going deeper and deeper, and went to about 20 feet. So it's quite a bit of silt that they removed, and then, at the bottom, it was just that. There's 2 other casings, they're smaller, they're 36 inch in diameter, and those haven't been cleaned out, but I'd like to be able to put, like a screen over the top of those, casings, so that we just don't get any wood or any.
Into the pumps or whatever.
Bigger items.
Yeah, because over the years, when there's storms, a lot of trash comes to the river, and since the pumps are running, it creates a little bit of suction, and it brings them down, and then they go to the bottom and they stay there. So we put a screen on the top that can be then raised by a hand lever and cleaned out, and then put it back. We can do it maybe once a year, and then just make sure that we don't get any large debris that goes
That'd
in.
be a great addition.
And we'll bring
Look into that equipment, Mr. Trevino, see how we can get out of the CO. So-
I make a motion to approve payment, in the amount of $77,425, to Axstar. Do you have an invoice number for this, Mr. Gonzalez?
It was, application number 5. It was invoice number 5.
It'll be application invoice number 5, and the second payment to AA Pipeline in the amount of 5,500. Is that correct?
That's
Mr.
correct.
Gonzalez, AA Pipeline?
That's correct.
Second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Commissioner, motion to approve 26.
Moving on to consent item, motion to approve consent items. We have the following streetlights: 20th Avenue and Kennedy Street, Highway 83 and Puerto Rico Road, 2006 Lincoln Street, 25th Avenue and Glen Street, and 1702 West 18th Avenue. Motion by Commissioner Moya, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
And then,
I have an announcement right before we adjourn. The Gateway Clinic will be providing health services for women in our community. This is gonna be on, October 21st. They're gonna be at the San Ignacio Civic Center, the Henry Martinez, Community Center. The time is gonna be from 9 to 11, and then from 1 to 4. I'll be posting this on social media, so you can call to register and schedule appointments, or you could always come in as a walk-in. Okay, this is for all the women in our community.
That's good, that's great. Anything else, Commissioners? We got a motion to adjourn?
second.
Motion second. We got a motion by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Morales. We are now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget your budget book.